Hello, lovies. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? We're all still kicking, I think. Maybe. I'm starring. So what's going on? Anything? Nothing. Um, we shouldn't have any issues. I made sure the thumbnail didn't have any boobs showing. So there you go, YouTube. If y'all choose to show your boobs, you go right ahead. But apparently I'm not. They don't like tarot cards showing their tatas. Anyway, I agree with that, Miss Mary. It went way too fast. All right, coffee page is open. You know where that's where I'm going to start. Lots going on in the world. Really too much to cover. Things burning to the ground. Countries falling. Silver rising. All the good stuff. All part of the plan. Don't be stressed. All right. Let's go to coffee page. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Multitasking. Okay, who we got? Miss Waletta. Hello, love. Hi, Jen. My daughter passed out today. Oh, gosh. My daughter passed out today at school in the morning. She was okay a moment later. What is the reason, please and thank you? She took too much Benadryl. No. All right. What wings? Yes, okay. She passed out, but she was okay. All right. What bottomed out? Something bottomed out. Wings are showing me plunge. No pole talking. You watch me, King of Wands. I don't care. You talk about swinging on a pole as much as you want to, darling. Your man's got to make a living. Okay? Just saying. All right. Let's see. That's one letter. Did she eat this morning? You may not know. Now, I know you don't want to hear this. It could happen again. Okay. There's something underlined. Make sure she keeps an eye on and keeps her blood sugar up enough. Okay. There's an underlying something. It could be multiple things making her feel bad. She's been feeling bad for a while. I don't think that she realized that it's not normal to feel lightheaded and woozy. She may be chalking it up to, I'm just tired. It's getting progressively worse, and this is the future. This says that it could happen again. Try to take some action. You may have to take her to the doctor. Okay. You may have to go get a second opinion. Don't rely on the crazy tarot lady. Yeah, face card. Have her sugar checked. This has been a slow progressive thing. It's just slowly, it's like her pancreas is saying, I'm crapping out. Okay. Now, don't take that as she's going to become diabetic overnight. Okay. It just means that she's been feeling this way for a while. Check her sugar levels. With a son who died as a diabetic, don't let that scare you, but truth is truth. It's something you have to keep an eye on a lot. Okay. Could it be controlled? Absolutely. Any underlying deadly thing? No. Just something that she needs to. She might have to carry a glucose tablet in her purse or something, but go get her sugar checked. Okay? You're going today. All right. Moon, you passed out at work? Well, stop that. Unless you just want to go home. I don't blame you. All right. Let me get caught up on my stars. Hello, everyone coming in. Got Roman and Joe Petrie. And that goes with Miss Hello, Miss Eve. Here we got Sparky. Well, hello, Sparky. Ooh, oh my, that didn't take long. Okie dokie. Questions are closed. Of course, you got the copy page if you need it. All right, let me go to the coffee pages again. Miss Susie, how are you, love? You ain't been eating too many nuts again, have you? Our heart is still with you. I'm glad we got to have a good chat with Mr. Randy. All right. Hey, Jen, thank you again for that reading. I will book more. Okay. Any messages for me from Randy? Well, I'm going to do my best to determine what is a hysterical joke and what is not. Crazy sense of humor. All right. Oh, your granddaughter, Moon. Okay, she turned out hypoglycemic and yes on the glucose tablets to carry. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you. Who was telling? It's been going around the neck of the woods with the Anons and the Patriots and whatever label you put on us. Somebody told a story. I can't remember who it was. Where they went overseas for like 2 weeks and they ate real natural food with no poison in it. Diabetes went away, but as soon as they came back to the U.S., it kicked in again. I don't remember who told the story, but very accurate. We eat nothing but poison. And then you add these little thingies on top of it. Yeah, our youngins. All right. Let's see. What does Mr. Randy have to say? Are you still fighting with his laptop, tablet? He's still writing songs. He's showing me musical notes and him writing. Let's see. Whew. Apparently he's in and out of the house all the time. I don't know if you know this, but he's on a mission. I think Divine Creator has put him to work. All right. Okay, so you're going to be watching for more signs. He's letting you know, I'm on a mission. I'm on the move. Okay. This is a strategic thing. Now, these are swords, so this is communication. That means I'm talking to you. Have you paid attention to what I'm saying yet? But he's in and out. He sees your up and down roller coaster, your grieving process. This is emotionally like, whew, okay, 1 minute down the next. That's okay. You keep going. I want you to watch for the synchronicities that he's going to be sending you. I think we talked a little bit about whether it's we've talked about light flickerings, I think. Certain songs coming on the radio, he's messing with them. Yeah, multiple different ways. But every time that the tears start to come and the sadness, like those waves that come in, he wants you to know that I'm right there. Okay, I'm here. And then once you get to be in a good spot, then he's out the door again. What is it about the finances? Did he have are you worried about the financial aspect of things? Because this is him and money for the family, whether he had life insurance or a strategic plan. Paperwork. I don't know oh, I see. Maybe not what you thought or what you hoped. He said, this is a reckless decision. I'm sorry. Okay. He's kind of rethinking, like, man, I should have done more. Okay. Get a different perspective of his signs and messages. He's all about sending you messages different ways. But you have to look at it from a different point of view. It's unconventional ways, if that makes sense. So it could be, the world card tells me, yes, music, lights, animals. I don't know what that has to do with it. Okay. Said something about the grocery store. Favorite foods. I never know if he's joking because his sense of humor. You just have to let me know. Okay. So hang in there. He's sorry that you're not more financially secure, but pay attention to synchronicities more. He sees your roller coaster. Okay. Miss Mary. Good afternoon, Jen. I have driven myself nuts trying to locate the necklace my son gave me last Christmas. Could you please use your pendulum to ask Spirit where I can locate it? Please and thank you. Much love. William. All right. Let's ask. What do we have? There is Miss Mary's necklace, particularly the one that her son gave her last Christmas. Where would it be? Okay. Is this hers? Or a spare? Okay, Miss Mary. It says it's your bed. As if you have laid it on the bed and then, without realizing it, flipping the covers, check down in the edge and grooves of the framing or behind a leg of the bed or something. Apparently it's dainty enough to where you're not seeing it. So if you haven't flipped your mattress in a year or something like that, yeah. Now, I don't want you hurting yourself by going and flipping your bed upside down. But it spells out bed, and I said, is it Miss Mary's bed? And it says yes. It's like you laid it down with some other things and then forgot about it, didn't see it. Flipped it with a sheet or something and it went flying. Give it a whirl. Okay. Let's see. Let's refresh. All right. Let's go to our stars. Here we go. Joseph Dolly, hello. On my timeline, will the virtual interview with CPS go good for us today? All right. Virtual, huh? I don't think I've ever heard of a virtual CPS. They're usually nosy ass people that knock on your door. But we'll see. I tell you, that's one three-letter agency. I hope. I don't know that they could demolish it altogether or abolish it altogether, but at least revamp it. One of the most corrupt, you heard me, YouTube, agencies there are. I'm not saying every last person that works for them is, but y'all know what I mean. Joseph, Wings is showing me stringing you along. He's stringing you along. It'll be fine. Try not to be combative, even though you probably want to reach through the screen and punch somebody's lights out. Try not to, okay? This is that inner combative arguing back and forth that can make it go horribly wrong. So this means if you can control the tongue, if you're like me, well, I'll pray for you. Let's just put it that way. This says yes. Pay attention to their hidden agendas. They're always looking for something. This is hidden secrets from the past, okay? In the future, they're going to walk away and leave you alone. This is happily ever after. They're already in the works, kind of starting the paperwork. Let's see if we can just end this case altogether. It's almost like they're trying to catch you up in something, but they're not going to be able to do it. Possibly one more trip. Here's your pages, and there's your justice system in court. It may take it one more time going to court and getting it over with once and for all, because you are proving lies and deceit. It's almost like they have stretched the truth just a little bit too much. It's a power trip. It'll go fine if you can keep your cool. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay? So, virtual or not, they pay attention to temperament. If that helps you out. Breathe before you start this interview. Okay? Okay. Joseph has the next one. Will we be selling the house soon? If so, where's the best place for us to move? Down south or up north a little? Well, best way to do that is to do 2 rows. One will be north and one will be south. And I'll let you know which one has the better outcome. Okay. North is fine if you didn't have young'uns. Okay. North is fine if you're solo adult, okay? But, and you have kind of more options there financially, and you can move and do okay. But this says victory comes, better options, better mission for the little ones, better financial opportunities. That's a Page of Pentacles. So it looks like South, employment wise, tax wise, and housing rates and things like that looks like your better option. Okay. When you got little ones, that's what you're taking care of more than anything. Right now it says South. Okay. Base card is a lover's card. That's a good deal. And there's your moving card, both for anybody involved, but especially the pages and financially. South is the winter. Winter. Well, there is not much winter in South. Let's go with winter. Chicken dinner. Okay. Yeah, why are you bossing me around? Okay, because that's what you do. You're going to be selling the house. It's not a buyer's market right now. Will be. Give it a little time. You're going to have to wait about. These are fives. It has to be strategic or you're going to lose a lot of money on the house. So give it a little bit of time. Things are about to change. That's the divine creator, and that's the devil. No, of course it is. Right now, the financial market is in the devil's hands. Once it switches hands and goes divine, you'll do just fine. But you're going to have to wait about 4 or 5 months. I know everybody's itching to move. The markets are not stable right now. Okay, wait until they line up better. So you're going to have a little bit of wait. Now, I know most of my veteran people in here are going, well, Jen, that could be hours or days or weeks. Yes, it could be, but instinctively it feels further out in the month range. Could it happen sooner? Of course. All right. So remember, and fives in tarot are temporary. This is a temporary setback. Once everything flips, you'll have a better chance. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Well, let's refresh this. I'll keep up with this. All right. Miss Lisa. Aloha. Hi, Jen. The company I work for just notified us that they hired a new CFO. How will this affect my job? Please and thank you. I love you. You know what, Miss Lisa? Hopefully you'll be able to tell them to F off before you know it. But let's see. Is this CFO good, bad, or indifferent? But more importantly, how does it affect your job? Goodness gracious, y'all having sugar problems in here. I'm telling you. Moon, for heaven's sakes. This is where we thank goodness we got our angels. Miss Lisa. Okay, so Wings in his symbolism, he showed me a magnifying glass, kind of a closer look at employees. Hopefully that doesn't mean micromanage, but let's see. Oh. Oh. Hey. Well, now. For you personally, Miss Lisa, it's going to make you feel trapped. just a little while longer. But ultimately, this person is there. There's a secret squirreling mission going on here. They're hunting for lost money. It's like Doge came in and just said, what the hell is going on with this company and where the hell is the money? Okay. Secret finances. Okay. This is looking back years and years. You're going to feel a little stuck. But that's also a hoodwink card. People think this is a new CFO because the company sold out, blah, 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 or they just hired somebody new. That's horseshit. Somebody got it placed in there to clean some stuff up. You just can't see that. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on around this person. It's a good thing. They're looking at who has taken all this money, and apparently this company is collapsing. All right. They're there to do wheels and deals, okay, and offers. For you personally, Miss Lisa, I don't think that it's going to be fine. And you're going to be able to use your own judgment how long you stick it out. This is for you that you're going to be financially stable. You're not going to have to worry about it. But for the company, this new CFO is not there for the reasons they're claiming. There's been some fraud. Where have we heard that? Use your own gut. For you personally, it's not going to affect you, but they are going. This is why Wings was using the magnifying glass. They may seem like they're going to micromanage. They're looking for money, missing money. Okay. CEO and controller doing some shade stuff. Well, it sounds like it. This person that's coming in has been placed there by higher ups, meaning I don't even know that this person is even in that company. It's almost governmental, the good guys, if that makes sense. You have nothing to worry about. The people that own the company, well, they'll probably be in prison because that was a jail card. Okay. It is getting run into the ground because there's a tower card in there. Don't worry about it, Miss Lisa. You're going to be set. You're going to be financially secure. You'll just have the moral decision. Do I stick around and help them find the fraud, or do I just go on my merry way? That's totally up to you, darling. Okay? They're just going to keep a closer eye on where money is going, and like there's going to be receipts that have to be shown for everything. Okay? Okay. You know, Moon, people, I think they should teach that. And you know how they do basic first aid, CPR, Heimlich maneuver, those kind of things. They take natural, just like courses. And you get certified. They should, as I should say popular, as common as sugar problems are, especially bottoming out, or there's not much you can do if you don't have insulin on hand. But for people that have sugar problems and it bottoms out, they should teach people. Like if you got the glossy eyed, my grandfather had it, and I've had to bring him out on the verge of comas many times. Teach people to have those glucose tablets or the glucose something shot things. I'm just saying, I think it should be a part of teaching first aid, what to look for. I think everybody should have a sugar meter blood tester in their house, whether they're diabetic or not. You just never know. That's just my opinion. I'm just running my mouth. Let's move on. Okay. Anissa, how are you, love? Okay. Question. Friday, our son was blood red in the day. Was it natural causes, or is our weather manipulated? And even last round, about 2 or 3 in the night, it was light outside like dawn. Please and thank you. Tell you, Mama Gaia and our firmament doing some crazy things. Let's see if this is au naturel. All right, Bossy doesn't want this deck anymore. Okay. Lisa, what's going on? This is natural weather. Natural as in Mama Gaia and the Divine Creator. If we get thief and liar and all that kind of stuff, it's manipulated. South Africa is under a microscope right now. It may not be in the news as much as like Iran and Venezuela, places like that. But South Africa's got a lot of answering to do. Not the people, the corrupt politicians. I almost feel that it's almost a little bit of both. It's almost like the good guys are using Mama Gaia's chain. Let me pull cards. You don't want to hear me. Anissa, let me see if this resonates with you. Let's just put it this way. All your life, it's been a certain way, and you, not only you, but everyone has been conditioned that it should be a certain way. Now, all of a sudden, it's doing weird things, and you're like, what the crap is that? If I told you what it's doing now is the normal thing, would you believe me? And what it always has been crap. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm saying these are slow changes. You do have some good guy man manipulation, but that's also a Yeshua card. In the past, it's been the devil controlling everything. This is the new world, and this is the way she should be. Apparently, Gaia's cycles are much more different than we thought. Night and day and fluctuation. These are good, positive thing. Watch for signs and symbols. That's from the Divine Creator. These are two aces put together, and this is Gaia strengthening. The devil was in the past position, meaning he's had control over what you've experienced all your life. Here's the base card. Now God's in control and says, this is how it should be. Seems weird? Yes. Okay. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. But what we've always known it to be is wrong. Along with everything else, right? Okay. Terry, are you losing animal? You can't find your cat. What in the world? Oh, I got a question, Miss Terry. How did that job interview go? I know that you said you didn't like the dude that did the interview, which is also what I got in the cards. Just curious. You don't have to answer that. I'm just talking out loud. All right. Let's see. Richard, hello. Will my uncle sell his house? He's talking like a redneck now. Sell his house before I get money to buy it. All right. Let's see. Watched a funny video earlier as I shuffle for Brother Richard. I was watching, apparently ICE agents are pretty much in every state there is. And I found it interesting that they were in West Virginia. And I thought, oh Lord, someone videotaped it. ICE agents after illegals, and they were up on top of a roof, apparently doing a roofing job, construction, whatever. ICE agents on the ground and said, you need to come down from there. And they said, no. No comprehende. Nope. So they got on the radio put out a dispatch to all first responders came out, and so all the redneck fire truck companies brought in all of their trucks with the bucket trucks and said, well, if you won't come down, we'll come up to you. I just thought it was funny. And for the fact that in West Virginia, we name all of our trucks. So this was Big John. Okay. There's your entertainment for the day. Leave it to West Virginia. Big Bad John. If you don't know that commercial, that's a long story. Now, Richard, are you going to be able to buy this house, or your uncle won't sell it? Darling, I don't know if you looked at other options, but this is kind of leaning more towards you kind of need to look at something different. All right. This is you wanting to move, but a fear of where that will be. Uncle needs the investment. You're too set on and distracted by this one house. It says in the future, you're going to be looking at, go ahead and start looking for other homes. This is a different home where you would be much more happier. And it takes time. Be patient. Okay. This says RV is coming. You'll have more money to do more with. This is not leaning towards your uncle's house. There's happiness elsewhere. Okay. You don't have to listen. I know that there's something about you kind of want to hang on. Maybe it's been in the family for generations and you want to hold on to it. I don't know what that is. It's a generational card, or keep it in the family or whatever that means. But it says no, there's something else that you should be investigating, different properties. I know that may come as a shock to you. It says get a different perspective. Look at it from a different point of view. You know how God does things. Well, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I don't want you in that house. I got something better for you. And we're like, this is what I want to do. And then he laughs. I'm just saying. Richard, it says you're going to be looking somewhere else, honey. All right. You heard through the grapevine that he liked you and the job was yours, but we'll see. Well, the card said the job would be yours if you would like the coworkers, but that he was an arsehole. I'm just saying. You got free will, darling. But Terry, if you want to take it, you take it, darling. Hey, Rock. Oh, the pot of nectar of God. That means coffee if you're new here. Okay. What do we got? First name. Hello, ain't seen you in a while. Can I please have a reading about my divine mission and bringing in money? I'm ready for it to rain buckets of money on me. Plus, I want to move. Well, that's one way to manifest it. All right, so your divine mission. Well, let me tell you a little secret. They're very vague when it comes to that because that's a very personal thing, and there's multi-layers to that. I will do my best. But I'm happy that you're manifesting buckets of money. Make them big buckets. Purchasing land. Wings are showing me fields. I don't know what you're going to do with it. Farmland. Purchasing land. Yeah. Okay. Spirit sense of humor. Remember, you want to know about your mission? They said, it's not your business. Okay. I told you. Some of it is a need to, it's like Spirit says, it's a need to know basis. You don't need to know right now. Just take it one thing at a time. It's not because it'll ruin the whole thing. But if we knew everything that is to come, then I guess it would kind of almost ruin things. Some of the decisions will be based on what you have chosen to do. These are decisions. There's something, and that's in the past position. That means you've thought about it and you kind of got one foot in of, yeah, I think I want to do this. And then in the future, it says, you'll know it. I'll call you. You'll know it when you see it. I told you, they don't like explaining what people's businesses are. Is the money coming? Absolutely. There you go. You will be financially able pretty much to do whatever you want. Of course, make sure that your family is the happily ever after first. You're going to be happy doing no matter what you want to do. Investments paying off. But as far as your life's mission, there's going to be lots of surprises involved. But I do have pages in here. I don't know if you want to help children or not. You'll slowly get to know. You're going to transition a lot of things. Wings still keep showing me a lot of fields, like open fields. Now, what that means might mean something different to you. Purchasing land. Could be infrastructure. Could be farming. Could mean a lot of things, but that's all I'm getting. And the base card says, we're not telling you. That's another secret card. This is one of these, you'll know it when you see it. Okay? That's okay. You definitely want to move back out in the country. Well, that would explain it. So maybe you buy a farm. But your money's coming. That manifesting is coming. Wow, we lost like 10 people in 30 seconds. Yeah, well, aren't y'all precious? Okay. You felt that when you wrote the question. Yeah, you're like, I don't know why I'm asking this because they don't tell me. We're not telling you. Sometimes they do that. It's like, why spoil the surprise? All right, Miss Waletta. How will my week go with the way Monday started? Hopefully better. We're going to manifest that it's better. We're going to take care of the baby girl, and we're going to figure out what is going on with her. I don't get anything that's super scary that you're going to have to worry about. But let's find out about the rest of your week. Rocco. Here, watch Rocco. He watches everybody. It almost sounds like kind of pervy and creepy, but it's not. He's got eyes everywhere. All right. That's all right. Lee's week didn't start off very good. He was supposed to have today off. Why? Because they said, we can't afford to keep paying you all this overtime. And then when the boss got to work today, the boss realized he was going to have to drive a school bus. So he calls Lee in and says, you do it. I don't want to. So Lee's like, well, what about the overtime? Oh, we'll work something out. Yeah, his week didn't start off very good either. Miss Waletta, what do we got, love? It'll get better later in the week. Now, you keep your emotions in check. It looks like obviously, the first couple of days of this week, you might get triggered. Okay? Feel stuck, like this sucks. Now, this is the Queen of Cups is always like you're going to trust your inner intuition, but she's a good reminder to keep your emotions out of this. Okay? We're not going to jail on a Monday. Okay? All right. This is looking into later in the week. It'll balance itself out. It'll be okay. All right. You got happily ever after. No, that's okay. That's good. Curious to know if you're going to be doing projects later in the week with somebody in your community. Now, because this is Three of Pentacles, and it could be volunteer work, but this is going out and doing something in your community. But Divine Spirit wants you to know it's really up to you of how this week goes. Don't get triggered, and you'll be fine. The Wheel of Fortune is always about divine destiny and fate, and how you are turning the wheel here. Are you doing something to earn money? You might be doing a little side job. Maybe you're just working the pole one night a week this week, something. But you might be earning a little money working in the community. Well, volunteering's not making money, but you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll take that shift or do something. But you're making a little bit of money. I don't know what that would be. Maybe you're saving money for a trip. Do one of the girls have a trip coming up? Just curious. You don't have to answer that. It'll get better, Miss Violetta. It's going to get a slow start, but it'll get better later in the week. You just breathe, okay? All right. Rock, Dragon, 37 bins of Christmas decorations, Christmas trees. Say that 6 times fast. 6 Christmas trees. There's only 37 bins. You got to round it out to like 40. Donna's slipping. Add more next year, Donna. I'm just saying. Yeah. Did y'all hear that? That was Rock giving me a big old F-O. All right. Joanna's got the next one. Hi, Jen. Can Spirit give me a read for the next 2 weeks? All righty. You took 12 down already. You just need bigger boxes, less trips. Of course, you might be in a full body cast by the time it's over with, Rock, but less trips. All right, Joanna, next couple of weeks. All right, Boston Wings don't want that deck. All right. What do we got? That's right, Rock. Happy wife, happy life. Long bins, 2 foot by 30 inches. Yeah, they make them bigger than that. Well, Joanna, bless your heart. That's a good bless your heart. You got some boundaries to set. There's a 2-week read here, and the first half is good. Second half, not too bad. First half is this is not getting trapped or tricked. Okay. And there are some emotional boundaries that need to be set. All right. Especially with a male. You know, whether that's Skip or your son, there's a male energy in here that you just like, nope, not doing any more bull crap right now. This is in the past. There's been some heartache and disappointment. Looks like for the next week or so, that stress is going to kind of be there. But as we progress, this turns into happiness. Now, because you go from one extreme to the other, this is going to feel exhausting. But you're holding the line and it's almost over. Look at here. Things are about to change. This is the world. This is a cycle. Ending, new and beginning. This is investments paying off. This is the latter part of the 2 weeks. And there's your Three of Pentacles. Now, this is working with a lawyer, a banker, or a professional in your community. Okay? And this, you went from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. Trouble over, burdens over. Let's wrap it up. All right. So first week, a little rough. Second week, so much better. Now, how you handle it? With your voice, Queen of Swords. Tell them like it is. Okay? 9 of Cups. Apparently, by the end of this, you're going to be sitting pretty. You're getting there. It'll get better. It's one of those, I think I can, I think I can. This is moving out of troubled waters. You're going to get there, darling, but the first few days are going to seem kind of rough. Sounds right? Yeah. You make it as best as you can. My Queen of Swords, for me, would tell everybody where to go, but you do you, because you're nicer than I am. All right. Red Angel. I have been having a lot of vivid dreams about snakes chasing me and trying to attack me. Does this have any meaning or symbolize anything by chance? Normally, yes, the serpent. But I will pull cards for you. What do these snakes mean? You probably don't remember what kind of snake it was, but sometimes it matters. Well, we know it's spiritual battle. Okay. So it's a cloak. It's a representation of deceit. Someone who has lied to you in the past. Well, this could be anybody, but in the past position here, it's a lover's card. Somebody that either you've had a relationship with or a contract with. What do you mean by a contract? Anything. Somebody you worked with, somebody that you just interacted with and ended up being a snake in the grass. And I'm getting there's work involved. Okay. Now, spiritual battle, absolutely. That's a Yeshua Archangel Michael card being on your mission. Basically, you are slaying the deceitful devil in your dreams. Magician card just means it's smoke and mirrors. It comes to you. It represents a spirit. It's just in the form of a snake. Okay? Call it shape-shifting or whatever. It's a representation or symbolic of someone that has screwed you over or may try to screw you over in the future. Okay? I almost get that it's in the future because this is you sitting pretty, all right, manifesting everything that she wants. And this is being tricked. So in this particular case, somebody from your past might re-enter your life with your newfound finances or wherever it comes from and go, I'll be your best friend. I can help you. Take it as a warning. Okay? Yeah, don't let them distract you. All right, that's a huge distraction. And it being a cup card, they can, it's a manipulation card. That means they prey on your emotions. Take it as a warning. All right? Big snakes. Yeah. That's because they want everything that you have. I've told this to everybody. Divine Spirit has told everybody in the future, as things start to change and progressively get much, much better for God's kids, basically, the trickery is not going to go away overnight. You've got to protect yourself. All right? The dreams are really scary. You're stronger than that. This is a mission. Remember your prayers. Remember your protection, your bubble, everything. And the devil will try to come in many forms to get a hold of you. We ain't afraid of him. What are you supposed to tell him? Everyone repeat after Jen. Fuck off. Okay? So your nighttime routine of prayers and things like that, upgrade it. And if you're forgetting to do it, let's remember. Okay? Chocolate-covered pretzels hydrate the body. If you say so, Rock. All right. Let's refresh our coffees. Someone. Hi, Miss Cindy. What will my living situation look like for the next year or so? Is it a good idea to move? The next year, that's pushing it. It's going to be vague. So let's just ask for as much detail as we can. First of all, should you move or not? And if it's a yes, let's see what it says. Okay? Moon, you miss shopping for sales? My idea of shopping for sales is looking into the grocery ads and see if I can afford bread this week. Prices are starting to come down, I have noticed. Is Miss Cindy going to move? Cindy, have you thought about having two homes? I know, you're like, what? Meaning you might be traveling. You might keep this home and you might buy another home. I hope that makes sense, but let's see what the cards say. Well, Red Angel, you're doing the right things, darling. It just means that the devil is going to try to get you to cave. Nope. Keep going. Yeah, Cindy, you're going to have the option of having another home, but I'm not getting that you're going to have to give up your existing home. Because you've got roots there. You've got memories. This is looking at all your options. Don't go too fast. Don't make any rash decisions because of where you are. You're in Canada. So there's a lot of things like market-wise, political-wise, that need to be cleaned up before you go and sign any new contracts. But that doesn't mean you have to stay in Canada. I almost get the feeling you may come down into the U.S. Ever thought about getting dual citizenship? Hang on to the property where you're at. There's memories here. This is the Lover's card. It could be a relationship. There's history in this house. Are you going to get in the new house? Yeah, you are. I think you're going to end up with more than one home because you're going to be traveling and working. This is for work benefits. To work with other people, you need to have kind of another location that you're going to be putting an offer in so you can travel. You're like, well, I did not expect that. I don't think you're going to give up your house. I think it's got memories and you enjoy it. You're going to keep it. You're just going to add to it. Yeah, I see you having someplace down here. I don't know that it's going to happen right away, but I see you house shopping, maybe to work with the collective, because the majority of us are here. So you don't have to give up one to gain the other. I hope that makes sense to you. I don't know. Just keep that in mind. All right. What in the crap did I miss? Dark chocolate, stocking stuffers, butt plugs. Nope. Nope. No, we're not. Nope. All right. Keep it clean. It's kind of impossible. YouTube can't handle boobs. It's all right. I don't care. Let's see. Let's moving on. Anissa, here we go. My grandson Blake is 16 and is type 1 diabetic. Oh, see, I'm telling you. Lately, his glucose level is very high or very low. Will he get med bed help? Now, I'm going to ask that question, but Wings is showing me the roller coaster, and then he shows me the food items. They're changing the food items globally, not just here in the U.S. Let's put it this way. They're taking poison out of some things and adding poison to the others, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But we're going to find out about Blake's opportunity for medbed. Blame it on Roman. I could whoop him. I could do that. Y'all full of yourselves on this fine Monday. I don't care. Y'all do you. Be happy. If you got a smile on your face, I'm happy. You needed a good laugh. Well, you take a break from going up and down them stairs, Rocco. Okay. Anissa, this is going to get worse. Thanks a lot, Jen. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you like it is because I want you to hit this head on. He needs to be even more careful. It's basically his pancreas. It wasn't working before. It can get worse. It means there's a tolerance here, or an intolerance, I should say. Intolerance to the things that he's eating and drinking. There's resistance here. How do I know this? You're like, I don't want to know that. Is he going to get in a med bed? Not anytime soon. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay? Now, you may not be aware of this, but he's kind of taken some actions that are making this worse. He's 16. Sounds normal. Eating and drinking things that he's not supposed to. And you're like, no, he's not. Yes, he is. This is smoke and mirrors. And there might be drinky drink. I don't know. Drinking, it could be a monster drink. It doesn't mean he's hitting up the whiskey shelf. It just means that he's ingesting things he's not supposed to, and it's making it worse. Okay, but he keeps you distracted from it. Now, Blake, I ain't a tattling on you. He does this when he's by himself. Okay, this is decision making. There's some tough decisions that need to be made. Okay, now, I do not see a med bed in this anytime soon. Now, when you get the opportunity for a med bed, this is something you can discuss with them, but it's not going to work for him as long as he's got hidden secrets, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And I don't mean to upset you or offend you about Blake's habits. I'm just reading what the cards say. Okay. All right. Red Angel. Can you possibly tell me what I was in my past lives or lives? That's a whole show. That's a whole show. But let's do, let me see if I can pick up on one. That is I've got all kinds of decks to do that. I do not have them in front of me. I will use tarot to see if I can give you a basic, maybe pick up on the strongest life that comes through. But that's a whole gauntlet of different decks and questions and things like that. Oh, that's nice wings. Apparently in one of them you were a witch. They called us witches. They drowned us, they burned us at the stake because we've always been spiritually in tune. Yeah, you were burned at the stake. They took you out. That was, I kept saying, Wings kept showing me a witch burning at the stake. I went, how nice. And then you were paraded around to made an example of. So what they called a witch was just somebody that was spiritually in tune. You didn't cast spells on people, but you were intuitive and you were clairvoyant, basically all the clairs, therefore that made you a witch. Does that resonate with you? Multiple timelines you did this in multiple worlds parallel. So apparently witchcraft has been making its rounds with many of us. Yeah, and judged for it. Red Angel, don't take offense to that. When I use the term witch, what they call witch is just spiritual. Okay? I wonder if you could tell me the strongest one. That is the strongest one. Something that might correlate to everything that is going on with me. Basically, everything I just said. You're very clairvoyant. Basically, all the clairs, okay, clairaudient. All of these things that you are now, if you would have talked about that in these other past lives, you would have been burned at the stake. You're just a very spiritual person. That is the strongest one coming in. Okay. Now, I've got other decks that will specify and bring it down to a job, whether you're male and female and all that, but that's a whole other show. Okay, or private reading if you so choose. But the one that's coming in the strongest is this little old lady that lived in the woods making her tinctures and trying to help people, but eventually got burned at the stake because she was a witch, quote unquote, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Miss Charlene, can we get a reading for the collective? Are we going to be going into a chaotic period of time or just immediate perceived chaos? I think it's both, but that's just my personal opinion. Let's see. Roman's throwing water on us. I'm melting. Yeah. That's all right. If you've got fears in this life, normally it's of deep water or fire. It's two of my biggest ones. That's fire. Sharpen those skills, Red Angel, as long as you're doing them for the divine. We don't cast spells or interfere with people's free will. As long as you're not doing that kind of stuff, embrace it. Whether you're using a divination tool or just your own natural abilities. It has to do with frequency and energy. All right. Miss Charlene wants to know, for the collective, according to the press, the world's burning down. According to my instinct, it's falling into place. We're going to have a chaotic period. I think it really depends on how you look at it. I think when if we hit that, I haven't flipped a card yet. If we hit that, some of us who've been waiting on it going, thank God, it's about damn time. That's my personal opinion. I don't think, wow, okay. That's interesting. A lot of the stuff that could be perceived as chaotic, it's been suppressed. I want to show you something here. Look, this is the financial market. Is controlling everything right now. This ice and people running over people and people burning cities down. Okay, smoke and mirrors. All right, pay attention. It's what's lying underneath. You're not even going to see it happen. Okay. Emotionally try to stay away from that stuff. It looks like not too much chaos if you're not in the streets. If you don't participate in any of that, you're fine. It's going to be smooth. If you get all emotionally worked up and make crazy, stupid decisions, I'm going to go protest and burn stuff down. Well, then, yeah, it's going to be chaotic. Don't get triggered by anything. All the good stuff's happening behind the scenes. They're using this chaos in the streets in all nations to distract from what is really going on. And that's the money system. I do not get chaos. I get victory and transition, the end of one world and the beginning of a new. Look at these new beginnings. I think it's going to be pretty smooth. Just don't get involved. Okay. What y'all shopping for? Ross starts at 49-cent sale. I've never been in a Ross. I don't go shopping. That means I'd have to public. Gin and public don't go well together. All right. So Miss Charlene, we're just going to let it ride. Now, if you got to go drive to work every day or something like that, don't run over anybody. Well, unless they get in your way, I would. But try to stay away from the drama. It'll be okay. Miss Pam, may I get a message from Spirit? Spirit? Sure. Clearance sale. Hey, we like a good clearance sale. Free's even better. All right. What do we got for Miss Pam? Miss Pam, I don't know why Wings is showing me your holidays. Did you have good holidays? I'm not getting any more detail than that. He just showed me your holidays. Was that an impactful time for you? You got a couple of jumping cards. I'll show you those and then I'll pull the rest. This is a sibling card. This has to do with your sister. This is just a motherly, comforting. Have you taken on almost a motherly role instead of a sister role, so to speak? Those two cards jumped out. This is the worry and anxiety. Spirit sending you a gift. It's almost that you're so focused on your sister, you're missing what's going on. But that's not a bad thing. All right. This is hidden gifts. Hidden gifts. All right. Just curious to know if you've talked to your sister about this. Now, if it's to my understanding, if my brain is recollecting correctly, it's your sister that is very sick, whether she's hospice. I don't know that she's passed. It's almost like these in-depth conversations are very, very important. Miss Pam talking about the new world and maybe some dreams and things that you want to do when you have finances to be able to do it. Because this is a deep conversation of the way the world's going to be when you're better off. And if you're not already doing this, I almost recommend that you do it. This is what I'm going to do to change the world. What would you like me to do for you, sis? It's almost like if she's not going to be here, what dreams does she have that you could assist her with? Does that make sense? It prevents irritation and arguments because that slows her down and could end her life cycle a lot faster, if that makes sense. So Divine Spirit, basically to sum it all up, is don't focus on shoulda, coulda, wouldas. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What would you like me to do for you? I hope that makes sense. If you're not already doing it, I don't know what is that got to do with holidays, Wings? Oh, it's like you're going to treat every day like a get together Christmas and well, try to get along with our fellow humans on those days. But make every day special. Even if she's in a different state, they do have FaceTime. Okay? I don't know if that resonates, but that's what I'm seeing. All right. Let's refresh. Ava, what's you doing, girl? Hi, Jen. I had a dream last week. I had one last night. Different dimension, beautiful one. I was playing with a white flurry creature. Flurry. It was fluffy. Maybe a dragon. And after some moments, I was playing with a black one in the ocean. Similar being, but black. What was the significance of this? I don't get that the first one was a dragon. The second one, yes. The first one was more of a Pegasus. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, which one do you want? Grumpy. All right. Miss Terry, you ever Ross? You're just gonna drive by with your empty pockets? Well, are you able to drive? Did you get the Jeep fixed? Did I tell y'all that our range went out? The stove or the oven quit working. It just said, yeah, I don't want to anymore. Yeah, I was thinking, heating element. It said it wasn't heating right. Of course, my husband is a jack of all trades, master of none, and he fixed it for free. It had burnt wire in it, and he just changed it. Can you imagine what that cost if you had to call somebody? The Jeep isn't fixed, you'll have to walk by. I was going to say, you ain't going to be driving by nowhere. All right. Eva, what are these critters? I do get that you are correct on a different realm, parallel world. I still think the first is more of a Pegasus and not a dragon. The second one is. If you believe me when I say that there's a underwater dragon, yes. There's a third creature. It's almost you have water, land, and air. So Pegasus represents air. The land critter is also something you ride, and underneath could be a dragon on land too. Okay, these are critters that you ride. These are your transportation in this world. Okay, these are your family of how you get around. There's just three of them working together. They only appear to you in the dream state. Okay, there it is. All right, the earthly one is actually from Shambhala. This is you went Middle Earth. Okay, Argartha, whatever you want to call it. These are the hidden secrets. Okay, well, we've established where your world is. This is Middle Earth critters. Yep. You even got to see what makes outside Gaia balanced with inside Gaia, including the inner sun. There is a third critter. It may come to you later, or maybe you haven't been introduced to it yet, but this is what I'm saying. It's a good thing. You're just getting to know where they come from, what's going on down there. Don't be surprised if this meat sack doesn't get to go there. They've had their own cleanup going on. Roman, are you drinking? What are you doing? Are you singing? This is what happens when I can't pay attention to the chat room. Okay. I love you. Carry on. Significance of it, Eva, was just getting you reintroduced on a conscious, subconscious level. You've known these critters your entire life cycles. It's more of a reintroduction. That's the significance. Okay. All right. Colleen. Can I please get a message from Spurt for this week? Well, all right. Don't throw things at me if it's not good. Apparently everyone's Monday sucks. It's all right. We'll make it. Monday can only last so long. Okay, Roman sober. Terry, I can't sleep through an alarm. I don't use a physical alarm. I have a spiritual one. He has a name, and he has no problem bending down in my ear going, wake up. Yeah, it's annoying as hell. Okay. Miss Colleen, what you need to know this week? I'm just guessing here. You got youngins at home. There's a younger generation coming through here. Whether they're your children, grandchildren. Okay, clear that one up, Wings. This is your week. New opportunities with children. Siblings. This also represents something you used to do with them. Why does it always have to take money, right? This is an investment. Something you haven't been able to do with them for quite some time. You've been stuck. Now, here's the thing. Something you've been wanting to do. Right now, it's only a discussion. I don't get that there's finances or physical capability of you doing this yet, but this is a conversation that you're thinking of having with younger generation, your kids, grandkids, neighborhood kids, some kids, there's children involved. It's something or new project that you want to start doing. You're just not quite able to do it. All right? God is letting you know that you will be able to offer to do this. You wanting to work with kids? Is there something you've been wanting to do? It almost feels like emotional, as if you've had these desires on your heart, you haven't been able to do it, and you're like, maybe someday we'll be able to do this. That someday's coming. You might have more conversations about it this week. I hope that resonates with you. It's like this desire, it's about to come to fruition. Have more conversations. It's like there's this list of things you've been wanting to do, and it says you're going to be able to do them. Start talking about them more. Get more details. Your last job was with children. One at home, she's 27. It's a memory card. So that could be your last job with kids. Maybe there's something you've always wanted to do for these kids, or wherever you worked with these children, they needed something, and you're just mentally thinking, man, if I just had the money, I could do this. It's just saying that it's going to happen. That can represent your kids. They'll always be your kids, but I get these are little kids. All right. Red Angel. Can I get a general reading for the week? All right. Well, we're going to work on the even more prayers. We're going to fight some snakes. Step on his head. Punch him in the throat. Do snakes have throats? I reckon they would. I don't know. My phone is blinking. All right. What's going on for the rest of the week for Red Angel? Are you grounding enough? I'm grounding you right now because Wayne says so. She needs to ground more. Red Angel, you're grounded. Yeah. There, literally. Yeah, this is stability, which goes hand in hand with the grounding part. This is what you're going to focus on this week. You're still going to be going in and out of realms. Oh, are we learning patience? No, this is about temperament. Okay, we're not going to have knee-jerk reactions for what's going on. I need you to ground more. I need you to, you're holding on to too much. You need a release here, okay? 4 of Pentacles is holding on for dear life. And 8 of Wands is a release. I need you to ground more. You're like, Jen, there's 4 foot of snow on the ground. How the hell am I going to do that? There's lots of different ways. You can use the sun. Try to use Mama Gaia. If you've got grounding sheets, grounding mats, there's lots of different things. Even if you take 30 seconds and put your feet in the snow, there's lots of different ways you can do it. Okay? You need to spend the week increasing your grounding abilities. There's something off rocker, off stability here. And Wings is saying ground more. Okay? This is going to help balance out that spirituality and fight these daggone snakes you're dealing with. Alrighty? Alright, Terry. My sister looked at 3 nursing homes for my mother today. Will the first one be the one that is best for her? Alright, let's see. It didn't say that you're not going to go to different realms, but you need to do some more grounding. So if you do more anchoring in this density, it is always a remembrance to your higher self to come back. And you're like, why would I want to? No, you can go to different realms, but once you come back, you need to release all that energy. And I think you're forgetting that part. More opportunity to go to these different realms will open, but you've got to release what you already did, or it just builds up. And then there's more snakes involved. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, anytime you get back from those realms, you got to release all that energy. All right, Terry, let's find out about Mama. The first one be the one that's best for her. A, B, and C. How about we do 3 rows? A, B, and see which one wins. Don't yell if at me it comes back and it says none of the above. I don't know why it would, but Wings is saying that, yeah, they all suck. Okay, thanks. That's encouraging. Okay. Well, they all just want your money. As if you didn't know that. Terry, we'll see if you can read the crazy thoughts in Jen's head. Will the first one be the best bet? If you want her to have a smoother transition to go to the divine creator, yeah. What are you talking about, Jen? This is transitioning between realms, tower moment, finally giving it up and going home to the creator. If you want it smooth and easy, yes. Second one, they're just going to keep increasing what it costs. Got a good program, but by golly, you're going to pay for it. Third one, still about the money. Be careful with this contract. I think there's some hidden stuff in it. Oh, you mean you didn't know we itemize for every little piece of toilet paper that we use here? Yes. First one, yes, it is the better option. It didn't focus on financials. It focused on the spiritual transition. I hope that resonates with you. Some people, it's about the money. If you want that peaceful transition and not have to worry about her well-being, the first one does win. Okay. Yeah. Anissa, yeah. You, everybody, Red Angel, anybody, anytime that you go off on these little wherever to other worlds in your dream state or whatever it is, make sure when you get back here you ground and release all that energy. If not, you're just walking around with it and adding on. And it will choke the living daylights out of you energy-wise. Now, embrace it. Embrace the energy of being able to get to do it, but you can't carry it all. Level out. It's about balance. Keep the good stuff. Get rid of the negative stuff. Okay? All right. Joanna, I had a dream. that I was hearing a conversation with my nephew and his wife in Ohio. Was this dream actually me astro traveling? Well, you peeping Tom, what you doing? I get that you're remote viewing, astro traveling. Give it what we all call it different stuff. So don't nobody lose their marbles if you hear me call it one thing and somebody else call it another thing. All right. Joanna's the paper tone now. Did you hear anything good? What's the gossip? Let's see. Is this what you were doing? Ooh. Wing says, future. This hasn't happened yet. Oh, now you're a time traveler. This is a warning. Ugh. Ew. Joanna, this is a warning. This is beyond the veil. This is a huge warning. Something is about to happen. I'm a little concerned. Okay, so yeah, you're stepping between worlds. So this is happening, but if I told you that it's not in the present, it's for the future, and you are getting a warning, now you have to decide whether you're going to warn them or not, and only you can decide this. Does that make sense? You are traveling, but you're seeing something that hasn't happened yet. Do you remember the conversation? You're like, no, I don't remember. Okay, well, I'm just seeing warning, warning, warning. It's almost as if they're having a conversation and showing, Divine Spirit is showing you something that's going to happen in the future. It's going to be discussed. It just means the only thing you can control is prayers. And if you can remember anything that was discussed, or you could reach out and say, listen, I have this weird feeling. I've done that before. I have dreams, feelings. I just want you to be extra careful or whatever. You just sow in a seed. It's not for you to protect everyone, but you might reach out and say, listen, you've been on my mind lately and something just doesn't seem right. Will you please be careful? Yes, was on a train. I don't like it because it's a dirty deed, because you have the devil and you have a tower card. You have secrets with a high priestess. Like a secret, what if it's a false flappy thing, if you know what I mean, and they get caught in the middle of it, on it, near it, something. So if it compels you to reach out and say, look, I had this vision, dream, whatever you want to call it, you were in it and I'm concerned, please be careful, then do it. If not, you just keep it to yourself and you can pray. Put a hedge of protection around them. Okay? All right. Miss Mary, general read for the next 2 weeks. She getting ballsy. Wow. Sure, Miss Mary. And then I see you, Miss Sue. I'll get you next, darling. All right. Miss Mary wants to know what's going on. I can read between the lines. She said, Jen, you need to tell me. I need to move. I need some money. I need to find my damn necklace. I got you. Yes, ma'am. Let's see. Mary, I'm going to split this up into 2 rows.
I get more detail if I don't do the Kachina or pyramid. I just split it. Oh, Mary, don't drink too much. You're going to jail. Okay, I'll show you. First week, great. Making things happen. We're celebrating. We're manifesting. Make sure that you're making the right investment and celebrating the right thing. But you could look like that. I partied too hard and I went to prison. No, it's not that. Don't be tricked. First week, you're going to think, woohoo, it's time to celebrate. And then you're going to realize, oh, crap, that's not actually true. Don't get hoodwinked by false information. Watch the intel that you're watching. Okay, first week. Second week. Then something's wrapping up, coming to an ending. There's financial stability. Ooh, and there's getting a phone call or making a phone call or something gets your attention or somebody gives you a notice. Could be this crazy lady coming on YouTube going, hey, Mary, guess what time it is? Base card is investment. First week, be careful who you listen to, including me. Use your discernment. Second week, there's some things coming to a close, and you're waiting for notifications. As of right now, ask me again Wednesday, it might change, but as of right now, Miss Mary, that's what it is. Okay? All right. Miss Sue, how do you do? Anybody know Johnny Cash? All right. What does Spirit want me to know this week? Don't go to jail. Who's having the health problem? There's some ickies. Husband, male energy, underline. This is something. Doctor appointments. What is going on here? There's a real struggle. See, this is sickness. I'm just curious to know if you're going to multiple doctors, getting ready to go to another one. Another opinion. This has been a long, long process, or about to be. And if you say, nobody's sick and I don't know what you're talking about, remember, this could be a warning that it is about to be. You have to get a different perspective. You're in limbo right now. You have to really be patient with this. This week, this is new information. Is somebody going to a new doctor or having a new opportunity? Okay. Finding out something new and exciting. All right. You have chosen to go somewhere else to get this information. It's all around medical for some reason. You don't go to doctors. I'm sorry. That's what Spirit says. And if it's not you, it's somebody else that you are very close to that has been sick. Maybe they've been waiting for answers. You've been hearing about it and been their shoulder. This is just letting you know that there's a breakthrough coming through. It's coming. Okay. Have fun, Mary. Don't go to jail. Sue, even if it's not you, is somebody close to you has been waiting for a medical answer, and it's like there's a second opinion coming in, and it's coming this week. You might get a phone call from your BFF, a sibling, your neighbor. It could be anybody, but somebody's on a breakthrough. They've been through hell and back medically. That's what it's focusing on. It's a good thing. Even if it's not you, be supportive is what it's saying. Okay. Never go with the first answer. Always get a second opinion. That's from Wings. Sue, sometimes it's one of those things we just have to wait and see. Miss Charlene, may I get a message from Spirit on what I should be focusing on? You, I know that it should, okay. Yeah, all Spirit decided to come in here at one time. It looks like I have fleas. What you should be focusing on. Wing shows me a mirror. That means you, no, not me, you. Are you doing your me time? Are you doing your grounding, your meditation, your cord cutting, forgiveness, healing? You're probably thinking, I've been doing that and doing it and doing it. Okay. Calgon, take me away. Do you remember them commercials? Okay. This is interesting, Charlene. This says that it's always been making gestures. This is for a male in the past. Now that's like go with the flow. This is refocusing, manifesting for what you want in the future. These are these hidden desires. Focus on your investment, things that you really, really want. This is new opportunity coming. You're going to be really excited. See, this is setting boundaries. This male energy in here is, it's almost like it sucks the life out of you, and that's all you get done, and it's your turn. Yep. New investment. Now, the mental strategy behind this, their suggestion is try not to focus on stuff that you've lost. Focus on the stuff you still got going and the stuff that's coming that you get to do. This is mindset. Look at you, focused on you. What's your dream? What's your aspiration? And it is common, especially for women, to focus and put all their energy into taking care of husbands and children and parents and everybody but us. What do you always want to do? That's where your focus should be. Everybody has a different definition of what that means. Only you can answer that. At the time I get control, these little boogers show me they got their own plans. Yeah, that's about right. Who's in control? They'll try to control everything because God will laugh at you. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow, but you got to make sure that you're a priority. Okay? Yes, I hear you, Boomer the Popo Cat. You can wait a couple of minutes. I'm almost done. All right, Roman. Any sign of a place to live this week? As long as it ain't under a rock. This week in particular? All right, well, let's see. Let me get bossy here. Put these decks back. I didn't want that deck. Change the deck. Energy's low. Bang, bang, bang. Roman? Aren't you special? I haven't used this deck in a long time. Okay. Knights Templar deck. All right. Don't lecture me on the history of the Knights Templar. Good and bad? Yes. Bye, Terry. Love ya. Where's Roman gonna live? Well, that's interesting. This is you've been doing the solo thing and somebody's going to make an offer. That's giving and receiving. Now, the Six of Pentacles is somebody, now this could be a friend, but it can also mean a charity organization, shelter, so to speak, whatever label you want to put on it. It's someone making a loving gesture and offer to do this. Okay. Then in order to get this victory, you may have to travel to it. That's a travel card. It's in the community, so I'm thinking more of it not being near Joe's place, but like, what do you call those wings? Okay, so it's like a shelter in the community. Here's the problem. Roman doesn't like abiding by the rules, and it starts an argument. You can't bring that in here. You can't bring that in there. You have to park that out there. You can't. There's rules, and Roman doesn't like rules. I get it. But you're going to have balance to get in the gate. Yeah. You be warm and cozy and fed when you get in there. But Roman has to sacrifice and give in. Roman's saying, and you can fuck off, Jen, because I'm not doing it. Well, if you want a warm place to sleep tonight, that's what you're going to have to do. Okay. Now, y'all let me know when Roman's done yelling at me. That's just what the cards say, darling. All right. Where are we at? I got to refresh. Or tarot cards. All right, let's refresh the coffee page. All right, we're good there. And back over here. Roman, that's what it said. You could call it that if you want to. It just, it's like an organization where they offer lots of stuff to you. A warm bed, a hot meal. You could call it, people call it different things. I call it a shelter. I don't know. All right. Roman's got the next one, and then we're going to, last question we have, unless there's another one in the coffee page, is Sparky's, and then I'm going to let you go. Roman, anything on the Insurrection Act being used? Not yet, but we're on a countdown. It'll get pretty nasty in the streets, and then it'll happen. But I am going to pull cards for you. See if this makes sense, Roman. It's like it has to, the degree of stress and chaos on the streets has to get to a certain level, because Wings is showing me like a meter. And then a little marker, and it's rising. It has to get to that point, and then he'll do it, because it has to be legitimately by the book, enough cause to do it without someone suing the hell out of him. Not that that would stop them, but let's see. I feel it'll be within the next 2 weeks, more like 10 days. I think things will escalate beyond what local law enforcement can handle, and he's not going to have any other choice. I do understand that the military is already in position. It's just a matter of them activating. Yeah, this is, watch global events. It's still secret and unknown, but it will happen. Military's moving into place all over the place. All over the place. Multi-purpose insurrection act. Okay, so we have the Magician card and the Eight of Swords. So they're using this for arrests as well. Here, you see, they're waiting outside the gate, just going, give me the word, give me the word. This is what we're waiting on. When the people in the street start overpowering the gate. So, and I know in areas they already are, they're overpowering. Let's see if I can talk today. They're overpowering law enforcement. It's going to get worse when the law enforcement basically say, I'm going to the house. And they just turn around and go, to hell with this. That's when it'll happen. Give it a little while longer. I'm looking for timing here. What do we got? Well, you got a lot 8s and 9s in here. So within 10 days. Before the end of the month. Okay. So now we're just waiting. Roman, you just let me know when you're ready for that, love. You just email me when you're ready. Yeah, I agree. Let it happen. All right, we're refreshing the coffees, and we're good there. Sparky, last but not least, what do we got? Hi, Jen. Could I please get a reading from my higher self about this upcoming month? Ooh, a whole month. Well, these are always fluid and subject to change, but I certainly will do my best. Now, while I'm shuffling for Sparky, some of you I have readings with tomorrow. The rest of you I will see on Wednesday. If the world hasn't fallen in on itself by then. Try not to get stressed out by news. Try to turn it off when you can. Don't believe everything you see and half of what you hear. Good things are happening. I do feel that. Okay. Wow, Wings. All right. Okay, Sparky. So Wings is showing me 2 and 2. That means he's taking the first half of this month and then the second half, and he's good. Meaning the first 2 weeks are going to be more solid than the second. They don't like these long-term things, but we'll try. A lot can happen in a month. Well, all right. We'll take it. Sparky. Your family is transitioning. Now, when I say family, this can mean you and anybody that you consider a loved one. This is happily ever after. You've been in a slow transition. This is going to be the longest month of your life. You're like, great, thanks. Contracts being signed, financial stability, celebration, the divine creator making moves. And this is the Lovers. That's also a contract card, but it's about agreement, and you can have a partnership. So, wow. Strength card. You don't see this yet, but you have to get a different perspective. You seem like you're in limbo right now. It's like slow, 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 and then bam. Okay. These are beautiful cards. This is investment and the sun. You have to trust it. Don't freak out with a pyramid in the eyeball. All right, we're not doing the evil stuff, but you have to understand that symbology is huge. Sparky, I get that you're going to be getting great information. Oh, great, another snake. But this has been a long haul for you. There's been something you've been waiting on, but you're about to celebrate. It might be vague, but it mentioned investments, could be new home. But this is financial stability overall. It's just like really, really, really slow. And then contracts being made. Yeah, Moon, one thing we need to understand in this nation, there's no left or right. Both wings are of the same eagle, and it's just taken all this crap for us to understand. It doesn't matter. Same damn bird. All right. Well, that is all the questions that I had. Refresh this one more time, then I'm going to say bye. All right, that's it. All right, I'll see you back here Wednesday. As of right now, everything's subject to change. All right, grandbaby still hasn't come, and I'm not in jail, but the week just started. All right, I love ya. Don't stress, and don't focus on all the worldly stuff because it'll drive you nuts. All right, if you need me, email me, get a hold of me. Thank you all for the coffees. I appreciate that very much. I can buy bread. All right, smile, stay positive. Okay, energies and frequencies. It sounds like we're on repeat, but I'm telling you, it's very, very important. Okay, all right, I love you. I will see you Wednesday. Bye.